Hi everyone, and welcome to Storytime. Today I'm going to share my very first maintenance lesson, and it highlights one of the biggest mistakes that our reliability teams are making. When I was 11 years old, I developed an interest in mechanics, and I really wanted to learn how to change the oil in a car. So, as my mother would say, I haunted my father to teach me until one day he finally relented and said that he would teach me. I was so excited. In hindsight, his reluctance was probably foreshadowing. The day finally came to change the oil in our 1979 Ford LTD. It was a beast of a car. I remember how exciting it felt to wriggle underneath the car and get in position and get the oil drained. It was a really exciting day for me. And things were going really smoothly until it came time to refill the reservoir. My father asked me to go to the trunk and grab the bottles of engine oil. So I did, and I watched him refill the reservoir. Now, as we were cleaning up, I heard my father say a few choice words, and I could tell that he was not happy. As it turns out, I grabbed transmission fluid instead of the engine oil. That was the last maintenance lesson that I got from him. Now, I know he wasn't mad at me, but what I realize now is that he was probably really angry with himself. He should have checked the bottles, especially if he knew that there was also transmission fluid in the trunk, but he didn't. This story reminds me about how human error comes up in our industry often. And the term human error implies that someone does something wrong. But what often happens is that we as equipment custodians don't always set our equipment experts up for success. Do we provide all the tools that they need? Are they quality tools? Are our technical publications as clear as they can be? Do our maintenance plans have the level of detail required to ensure success? When we do a facilitated working group approach to reliability-centered maintenance, we give our equipment experts a voice. After all, they're the ones that are in the best position to identify what we need from our equipment, what could cause us not to get what we need from our machines. They know how each failure matters, and most of the time, they know what we need to proactively do to manage each one. In my career, when I started working with a new organization, oftentimes working group members they weren't very excited about participating in the RCM analysis. They were a little reluctant. And what I often heard is that they've given their ideas before, but those ideas fell on deaf ears. Managers didn't listen to them or didn't follow through with implementing some of the ideas that were really good. So they felt like maybe participating on an RCM working group would be a waste of their time. I'm sure my story isn't the only one of the wrong fluid being put in a reservoir, but it highlights a big failure that is prominent within many of our organizations, and that is that we don't ask our equipment experts the right questions, we don't listen to them, and we don't implement those recommendations that would greatly improve our equipment reliability. So there you have it. Don't let one of your greatest resources go to waste, and that is the experience and the knowledge of your equipment experts. I'm Nancy Regan. Thank you for watching.